This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. St. Catherine man charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Detectives assigned to the St. Catherine North Police Division say they have arrested and charged 40-year-old Anthony Green of Williams Lane, Spanish Town in St. Catherine with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition following an incident in his community on Sunday, October 10. Reports from the Spanish Town Police are that about 3:55 p.m., a police team on patrol observed Green walking with what appeared to be a magazine in his pocket. He was accosted and a search conducted. One Daewoo Delta Papa 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 13 9mm rounds of ammunition was found. Green was arrested and subsequently charged. He is to appear before the St. Catherine Parish Court on Friday, October 15. Clarendon man's death still shrouded in mystery. As a Clarendon family struggles to come to terms with the tragic loss of a loved one, the police investigating his murder are trying to find out why he was in Linstead, St. Catherine at the time of his death. The bullet-riddled body, which eventually was identified as that of 31-year-old Levon Simpson, was found lying face down at Lake Meadows about 8:30 p.m. on September 20. A Mitsubishi L200 pickup which he operated was found parked near his body. Police disclosed that Simpson, who was born and raised in Chapelton, was living at Sligoville in St. Catherine up to the time of his demise. Superintendent Howard Chambers, who heads the St. Catherine North Police, said detectives are trying to find out, among other things, the reason Simpson was in Linstead. One of Simpson's paternal uncles, who spoke on behalf of the family on condition of anonymity due to a security concern, stated that the information he received so far suggests that Simpson was working in the area on a construction project. He did everything in construction, the uncle said, adding that his nephew works mainly for a man who is often off the island. He explained that at the time he heard about the tragedy, he was trying to contact Simpson about a grave they were to dig for a cousin. "It feel like my heart open and shut back. All know my heart a burn me," the uncle lamented, while describing Simpson as an intelligent and hard-working person. He recalled that after Simpson graduated from Edwin Allen High School in Clarendon, he accompanied his father and cousin to different sites learning building construction. His nephew left Clarendon and enrolled at Portmore Heart Academy in St. Catherine after his father died of an illness. He later went back to doing construction work. According to the uncle, Simpson was not just the only son for his father. He was also the main breadwinner for his mother, who is ill. Him had the backbone for his mother, the uncle emphasized. Him mother no have any other source. She have 3 picnic and only one did a work. Him work and take care of him mother and him small brother. The uncle wondered how Simpson's former dependents, including his young son, will survive without him. It's sad. It is sad, the uncle added. Me no know him as no troublemaker. Me know him as a hard-working youth. Tufton okay with MPs grilling Ministry of Health and Wellness officials. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has taken the intense scrutiny of his team's distribution of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine in stride, saying he respects that other elected officials have opted to speak out on what they believe was a breach of policy. "I fully respect the right of any member of parliament to probe a policy issue relating to their constituency, and I admire the fact that MPs and backbench MPs in particular do that. I think they should do more of that. It is a good thing, and that is what our democracy is about. It allows for that type of probing and investigating," he said. Tufton was speaking with the news during a vaccination blitz at Turtle River Park in Oteria, St. Anne last Thursday. The Ministry of Health and Wellness came under fire from the MP for St. Andrew East Rural, Juliet Holness, who questioned its decision to allow adults to be given the Pfizer vaccine, the only one yet approved for children 12 and over. Holness vigorously expressed her disapproval during Parliament's Public Administration and Appropriations Committee on Tuesday, drawing a correlation between the missteps with Pfizer and the poor take-up of the AstraZeneca, forcing the government to figure out the logistics of dumping more than 50,000 doses. Permanent Secretary in the ministry, Dunson Bryan, staunchly defended his team's actions on Tuesday, a line the health minister also firmly held. The policy was to prioritize children, but also to give others who came with them unrequested, and that is what we have done. We could argue over the rightness or wrongness of the policy and whether it should be changed, but the ministry did not breach our responsibility, Tufton said. Efforts are being made, he said, to get more doses of Pfizer into the country before the end of this month. And he assured those anxiously awaiting their second dose that there is still time. I would also like to reassure the public that we have time to get the vaccine and administer while still preserving efficacy of the first dose. There are countries that have waited up to 12 weeks to administer a second dose, and we are well within that period, Tufton said. 24 arrested on Sunday, no movement day. The St. Catharines South Police arrested and charged 33 persons for breaches of the disaster risk management regulations over the weekend. 24 of the individuals were arrested on Sunday, October 10, which was a no-movement day. Police officials said the operations occurred across several communities in the division. The police following the raid are imploring citizens to comply with the DRMA. Police have also renewed their warnings to persons who are not exempted or have valid reasons to be on the road that they will be prosecuted during curfew hours. AK-47 rifle bagged by cops in East Kingston. The Kingston Eastern Police seized an AK-47 assault rifle with ammunition on Sunday, October 10. The high-powered gun with a magazine containing 7.62 rounds of ammunition was found on Oliver Road in the Kingston 2 area. Reports are that about 10:20 a.m., police personnel were on operation in the area, during which an abandoned building was searched. The weapon with the ammunition was found inside a duffel bag that was underneath pieces of board inside the building. No arrest was made in connection with this seizure. Investigations continue into the discovery. Man gunned down at gas station in Gregory Park. Police detectives are probing Sunday's fatal shooting of a man at a gas station in Gregory Park, St. Catherine. He has been identified as 40-year-old Christopher Harris. Reports are that about 9:30 a.m., Harris went to the gas station to purchase an item when he was pounced upon by an armed man who opened fire, hitting him. The attacker later escaped while the wounded man was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Man arrested following Kingston shooting. A man suspected of shooting another man along King Street in Kingston has been arrested and a firearm seized. The police report that about 6:25 p.m. on Saturday, a man informed cops of a shooting incident in the area. However, when the police team tried to get further details from him, he began acting in a manner that aroused their suspicion. He then fled. The police say the cops chased the man and he reportedly pulled a firearm and fired several shots in their direction as he tried to escape. The police returned the gunfire and the man was shot. Investigators theorize that the man who initially told them about the shooting was in fact the gunman who shot the man along King Street. Both the suspected gunman and the injured man were taken to the hospital for treatment. The suspected gunman is under police guard. A Smith & Wesson revolver with 4 empty casings and 1 live round was later found in the area where the suspected gunman was captured, according to the police. MP Tova Hamilton lambasts the PNP for legacy of nothingness. Member of Parliament for Trelawney Northern, Tova Hamilton, representing the governing Jamaica Labour Party, has lambasted her predecessors in the opposition People's National Party for poor representation in that constituency. The first-time MP speaking in the ongoing State of the Constituency debate in the House of Representatives on October 6 described the legacy of her predecessors over 31 years as a nothingness. Trelawney Northern was once the stronghold of the PNP. Madam Speaker, permit me at this time, as a student of history to document some of the legacies of my predecessors in an attempt to contextualize the pain and the suffering of the resilient and devoted people of Trelawney Northern over the past 31 lost years, Hamilton began. She cited the lack of proper road infrastructure in more than 40 communities, along with the following main corridors: Rio Bueno to Jacksontown, Duncan's to Long Pond, Duncan's to Carey Park, Clarkstown to Kinloss, Martha Brae to Kinloss, Deeside to Drumilly, Friendship to Wakefield, Hamden to Wakefield, Saltamarsh to Kent, Cooper's Pen to Rock, and the road having the greatest notoriety, according to the MP, Falmouth to Springvale. Hamilton also highlighted what she described as the inconsistent or non-existent water supply in some instances for as long as 50 years in communities such as Bounty Hall, Calabar, Samuel Prospect, Jacksontown, Duncans, Crawl, Spicy Hill, Duanvale, Fontabelle, Peru, Bunkers Hill, Cave Island, Danieltown, New Cargan, Perth Town, and the Greenmount. Hamilton also mentioned the lack of access to education, the dire need for electrification in communities such as Greenmount, Mac Hill, Kinloss, and Newtown, and the issues relating to land titling. Additionally, the first-term MP pointed to the lack of community development, indigent housing, broadband services, as well as the lack of support for medium, small, and micro enterprises. She also cited low employment opportunities, lack of agriculture support, and little or no youth engagement in the constituency. I understand all too well the value of taking instructions, and I was tasked to deliver this presentation within a specified time frame. It is why I am not at liberty to delve any further into this mammoth legacy of nothingness, Hamilton said. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. With a legacy like this, I believe it is fair to conclude that the last 31 years have been 31 years of tomfoolery. The business of Trelawney Northern could not continue on autopilot because we know all too well where there is no vision, there is no hope, she added. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.